a good ball.
That is a good ball. 301 carry, Sav. Seriously, like I just turned 60.
And I'm turning 30
And you're turning 30 in a couple of days.
in 2 days.
Hey everyone, Shawn, Sav, and Mu.
We're back.
We're back. And we're going to be giving you a really nice series of videos for distance and accuracy, which is a major pain point, right? You want to be able to get the ball out there. And so for the senior, because I'm 60 now, and I'm hitting the ball at the longest I ever have in my entire life. And so we have strategies for you, and then we have strategies for women on how to maximize your distance. And then I know many of you hit the ball pretty long, but you're looking for that accuracy. Another individual has done an amazing job in the last 5 years is Bryson DeChambeau. So he upgraded his distance from about 280 carry to 350 carry. I mean, it really is insane. That's a 70-yard differential. He almost won the world long drive with speeds of 215 ball speed. The main item that you guys really need to understand is the rib cage and the pelvis need to be out of the way of the arm swing, okay? So if I don't move my lower body in the backswing, that's one of the things that you see Bryson, if you watch him, the first move he does is he gets up. So he removes the weight and then he makes this massive turn of his whole backside to the target. Now your rib cage and your pelvis are reunited by your spine. The spine has these facet joints, which are like Lego blocks that lock everything into place. So you literally have 1 degree or less of range of motion between each one of these facet joints in your vertebrae. So you can't be locking down the lower body and trying to coil upper body against it. We have been against this very way of teaching for the last 40 years. There's a reason for that. You lock down the lower body and the upper body coils against it, you're going to create a lot of strain between these facet joints. And then when you add a movement aggressively toward the target, you're setting yourself up for a lot of injury. So we want everything to turn together. So that means the legs, half your knee is your femur is your hip. The legs carry the rib cage and the pelvis into the backswing. Watch Bryson. So he first, back in the 2015 to 2000 or 2020, he would keep the weight on that front foot and then try to stay very centered in the backswing. He'd have very limited range of motion in that lower body. He would carry at about 280, but then when he started to really activate that lower body to carry that rib cage and pelvis out of the way, now he has a backswing that's going to generate a lot of speed on the way through. So we're going to turn the whole backside to the target so that we can whip with ease and velocity into the direction of the target on the downswing. So a really fun drill for that, you're going to put your hand on the bottom of the shaft near the club head. With your lead arm, you're going to turn your whole back to the target and hold that lead arm nicely away from you, not rigidly, but just nicely extended. And you're going to feel like you're using the weight of that arm to slash through an imaginary bamboo shoot, okay? So we gather and we slash. One more item to really help you understand. If I had a sledgehammer in my hands and I let it hang from my shoulders and I wanted to heave that sledgehammer down range here, well, I'd have to use my legs to carry that sledgehammer into the backswing. And then I would use my legs to heave that sledgehammer into the target. We're going to save that for video number 2 and 3. But you'll notice that I have to use momentum to heave that sledgehammer into the backswing. And that's exactly what we're doing here. We feel the weight of the arm club unit, feel the weight of the sword. heave. Now I can really generate some speed in the direction of the target. So I'm going to send this just a little left of our academy building. Feel the weight of the arm club unit. I'm going to gather that puppy back here, and then I'm going to use that momentum to deliver to the left of that building. Here we go. And man, did that feel good. That's fading right back to that building. So an easy 274 carry and 307 yards total because spin was very low, had that nice power fade, had that nice projection toward the target. So when I have adequate amount of backswing, I can easily deliver in the direction that I want to go. So when I want to add some juice, I have it in my back pocket. If I don't complete the backswing, then I have to use force in the downswing. That's where everything unravels. So here's Sav to give you her bit on that. I want you to listen very carefully because this is number 10 in the world. She made it as low as number 7 in the world of long drive, and she's doing that from an itsy-bitsy position of 5'6".
5.
5'5", 5'5", 140 pounds, okay? So listen up. So Sav, we've done some experimentation with you allowing that lead foot to come off the ground or leaving it on the ground. And for you, with your flexibility and your range of motion, it's better for you to leave it on the ground, right?
Yes.
So that because you have immediate access to that kinetic chain in the downswing.
Yeah.
So what would be, how do you know you finished your backswing?
I think a slower backswing is what I'm looking for, because if I go too fast in the backswing, it's almost like the transition doesn't have enough time to transition properly.
Okay.
So I have a little bit slower of a backswing, which allows me to complete it a little bit more.
Okay.
And it's kind of, it gets to the point where it's more instinctual. And
Well, so if you grab the backswing and you send it back too quickly, your brain knows you have to go in the opposite direction, so you'll tend to freeze up and put the brakes on.
Yeah.
And that interrupts the flow of that backswing, right?
Yeah, the kind of way that I think about it is like when you're doing a deep breath in.
Yeah.
And you kind of have that like little pause between your inhale and your exhale.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm feeling. So it's like I just let my backswing breathe a little longer.
Gather.
Yeah, that's how I think about it.
So you're gathering a breath.
Yes.
That's good. So you're gathering a breath to exhale it toward the target.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
That was good.
That's 284 carry. You outdrove me by 10 yards on my last one. That was pretty spectacular there, Sav.
That was pretty
So
good.
your total on that was 313. Isn't that amazing?
Solid.
So one of the things that I'm looking at right now facing you, and I'd love for you to do a practice swing facing them, watch the width of this backswing, you guys. So if you do a backswing and stop, this is what's impressed me the most. So notice how the rib cage and the pelvis is completely turned without needing to take the heel off the ground. I mean, you obviously have the range of motion you need in spades.
Yeah.
So the turn of the body gives you width, and the width keeps the club in front of you. And that's what you're using to deliver some major speed downrange, right?
Yeah.
So when Savvy has that kind of width and that kind of speed and accuracy for her size, the way she competes is she's putting pressure on the other girls. She's going to put a bunch in the grid at 300 yards, and they're going to have to do their best, keep it in the grid and outperform that, which is they have another 20 yards in the tank. But if they don't hit the grid, guess who's going to top 8? Right? So that's how you put pressure on the competition.
Yeah.
That consistency.
Yes.
So we want consistency we need momentum consistently.
Yes.
Nice.
Not as well struck.
Good miss.
Yeah, because the second, you know, it's the same thing in regular golf too. You have to stay within yourself.
Yes.
And know what your strengths are. And for me, it was easy for me before to want to force more because I felt like I had to keep up.
Yeah.
But when I'm swinging within myself,
yes,
and I'm optimizing my swing,
yes,
it comes naturally.
That's when you get dangerous.
Yes.
And that's where all of you are going to be dangerous. Oh yeah. That was hammered.
It's not always easy to recognize that when you're in competition, but the more reps you put in, there you go. The easier it becomes.
303. They're almost 280 carry on that one.
Yeah.
And that flight was just divine.
Yeah.
The height on that was really, really nice.
It could have been a smidge higher.
Yep.
The launch was 14.8 launch. I'm looking to launch it more towards 19 or 20.
Yes.
That's where my sweet spot needs to be in order to optimize the carry distance.
That's where you get your 300-yard carry. Same for me.
Yeah.
Same for me.
Because I don't have enough ball speed to make up for a lower launch.
Right. One more. Oh, baby. Look at that. 280 carry, over 300s. And that was good high launch, huh?
Yeah, that was 19.7. So 304.
So the side spin was only 200 to the left, 1900 RPM, just gorgeous. So when you think about the average 7-iron is 16 to 17 degrees of launch.
Yeah.
We're launching higher than a 7-iron in order to maximize our drive. I mean, the world has completely changed when it comes to, you know, having fun with your equipment.
And that's me after not having speed trained for a really long time.
And why haven't you been speed training for a while, Sav?
Well, we've been allocating a budget towards our wedding this year, so.
And a lot of organizational brain power.
Yes.
So it's next week, you guys. These guys are getting ready to get married next week. Isn't that amazing? And when, like, the whole clan is super excited. If you want to get in there, you know, in the comments, wish them well. You want to give them a little extra. You know, there's a little thank you here on YouTube. Give them a little thanks for all the services that you've seen them do in the last few years. And so we're like massively excited about that. And that's why we're doing our little 2-part series today, so that next week while you're watching this video, you'll be thinking about us during the wedding.
Yeah.
All nice and, you know, nicely
Prettied
dressed.
up.
Prettied up, that's it. So stay tuned.